This is Jonathan St. James, and you're listening to The Truth is Still Straight podcast. All right, folks, this is Jonathan St. James, and once again, this is The Truth is Still Straight podcast. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, before we get started, I'm going to give a shout out to Sister Millie from the West Coast. Hopefully, she's doing all right.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Okay. So, we're going to start the show, but before we do, I would love to give a shout out to those who are keeping score. And that's those who like, subscribe, watch, whatever you do to make this channel go. And those people are Pedro Falcone, Kenny Alpha, Sister V from the West Coast. Excuse me. Sister Millie from the West Coast. I'm putting two names together there, V and Sister Millie from the West Coast. Burundi Shaw, Smile One Day, Jario, V, Mr. Wilkes, Milton Gonzalez, Reggie, Courtney, Kaylor, Latoya, Shelia, Michael Thomas, Darrell Big G Galloway, Sam T, James Wilson, Tyrone Biggs, Terrence Mead, J.D. Whitelaw, Julian Flournoy, Kid Vegas 8402, Eric Jordan, Michael McCreary, Kane Major, Kundalini Lee, Marcus A. Morris, Heath 313, Money Team, Tashawn Howell, Steve Stowe, Marvin Banks, Anthony Perry, Nelson Fu, Luke Afsaf, Be Minded, T.M. Rowland, Flavor Sweet, Eric Jordan, Glenn Isaac, McTow Griffin, Soapbox Willie, Steve Apoku, Brian Lindemann, Jojo A. Gogo, Big K3695, Still Sharp and Still, Stefan, Plug 2, Chaos Angel, Thomas Ford, Gary Leonard, Fidel Castro, Frank Atangfor, Marcus Renton, Cunha Z Almighty, Krista Brown, Joe Fit, Jonathan Pope, Corporate ENT, Wash Gamer, Dominic Volpe, Chen Lassie, Total Misdemeanor 75, Dan M, Amajak, Showtime, Michael Ray, Jay Wade, R.W. Lamont, Michelle Carlisle, Sandra Jones, Cobra Clutch, Tayel Cole, AMD Sutherland, Day China, Salah Al-Din, No Addict Vlog Philippines, George Stewart, J.R. Lambert, Jose Garcia, Rada Submissive Wife, Louis Campos, Cosmic Funk Rabbit, Go Navy Beat Army, Cole Bush, Live, Love, Plan, Pray, Cat in Philly, Yeaster, The Life, Jesus the Model, Cameron Evans, and LaRoyal Irvin Collins. Thank you for the support. All right, folks, we're going to get into that Kevin Samuels reaction. This one is Kevin Samuels versus a Latina baby mama. And for sure,
this is a certified hood classic.
So be prepared for this classic. About to get that show on the road. Let's start the show now. Cue up that volume and let's get it popping.
Sweet potatoes and collard greens. You were on here before.
I know. What?
What's going on?
Nothing.
You were on here before. You got a boyfriend. Don't you have a boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay, what do you got for me?
Okay. I stopped sharing my location after our conversation.
What is my topic tonight?
I just tuned in, but I know how to make. I have a cookbook, and
are you single or married? Are you single or are you married?
Very
nope.
Single.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, well, what's up? What's the question?
The question tonight. Well, why are you here? What made you? Why you watch my content?
Because you are so. You enlighten me. I mean, you have like a men's perspective opposed to a woman's, which is great. And I do agree that women are not as submissive as they should be, being that my mom, well, I'm Latina. My mom's Latina, and she's married to a white man. and he's like a white Harley driving white man
Mm-hmm.
for a
Okay.
white. So, and then all of his friends are just like, you know,
What do you want? What kind of man are you looking for?
I'm looking for a masculine man, a man that is kind of like my stepdad, a man that provides, a man that is supportive, a man that values a woman to be in her womanness. You know,
How old are you?
34,
How tall are you?
Wow.
5'2",
Dress size?
4, 3, extra small,
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
130.
You're probably about dress size 6. But anywho, no kids. Why should a man pick you to be his one and only?
Because I come from a traditional family. I am a career.
Okay, lady. Not traditional. Let me stop it right there. You're not traditional. Because if you came from a traditional family, your parents would have been married, and they're not. So that is not traditional. Just to let you know. You may think you have traditional values, but you do not come from a traditional family.
Career-oriented woman, and
Not traditional.
I know how to be a wife or a woman or submit to a man.
You're a career-oriented woman? Okay. What did you go to college?
Yes,
What's your degree in?
associates.
In what?
Just your regular AA associates. Whatever.
Do you want? How many children would you like to have?
I have a daughter. She's 10. I would like to
There we
have.
go. I thought there was something. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
You
There it
said
is.
it is.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You got a 10-year-old daughter, and you like to have what?
I'd say maybe 2, max 3.
Where's her dad?
Her dad's in the picture. We share custody. He takes her every Tuesday and every other weekend. So it's a very amicable relationship.
Why didn't you guys get married? Because these are all questions men are gonna ask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he was very toxic. He was not.
So you opened your womb to a toxic man and gave him the greatest gift a woman can give a man.
It was a high school relationship.
No, you were 24.
Right.
I was 23.
Okay, don't split hairs with me like that.
Incredible.
Okay.
Check that shit.
Incredible. You see what I'm saying? So apparently she has spoken to Kevin in the past, because I don't know if you heard when she talked about sharing a location. I kind of remember that conversation about a person sharing the location at another episode. I can't recall what episode that was, but yeah. So yeah, lady wasting a lot of time, and trust me, you're not going in the right direction, and I'll specify a little bit after this.
Don't get mad at me because I can do math. Men are going to ask, because you gave the sales pitch. I'm a career woman, and I come from this family. Cool.
Good.
No, it's bullshit. Because now we're getting to the nitty gritty. Because you wouldn't push back like that if you were what you said you are.
Right.
No, fast forward.
Right.
Yeah. So
No. No fast forward. You wouldn't push back the way you did if you were what you're saying you are.
Mm-hmm.
No, I am. How dare you? And
So you're still pushing back. That's very masculine.
Mm-hmm. Very masculine.
KKK.
See, women, one of the most obvious traits about a truly feminine woman is agreeableness.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going to tell me he was toxic. I don't know. I'm just asking. Any man worth his salt is going to ask you, why should I be a stepfather to your daughter and open myself up to the Me Too environment and all the things that come along with bringing a child into my life, much less a female child who's not going to be an asset to me? He's going to ask you about the ex. He's going to ask you why you didn't get married, and you got to have something better than he was toxic.
Yeah, no, I was engaged to him, and I broke off the engagement because of the factor of, like, you know, there was violence. There
Was the police call?
Yes.
Was this before or after you were pregnant?
A little bit before, and then after I got pregnant, I was like, I have a daughter. I cannot have her in this.
Okay, so here's something. I'll tell the same story. You ladies make a decision to make a baby before marriage. You are basically signing up to be single for the rest of your life.
Yes. I was
Because, or until the child is out of the house, because you're asking a man to be a stepfather. And you have, and what you have to understand is what you want to, you got to bring something to the market that's better than a woman with no children.
That's right.
What do you bring to the market to a man that he can get, that he can't get with a woman with no kids?
a woman does not know how to be a mother.
What?
A woman with no kids
Does not know how to be a mother?
Well, does not know how, like, the family dynamic
What?
of how to be a mother and the nurturing and, like, what plays a
You
part
stupid.
of, like.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. First of all, lady, you sound. I'm sorry. I hate to roast people or say anything in a negative tone, but you just sound just plain dumb right there. To say a woman with kids knows how to be a mother better than a woman who doesn't have kids may be the dumbest thing that I've ever heard.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
And the reason why it's dumb is because having a kid doesn't make you better equipped at being a parent versus someone who has no kids. It's the effort you put into parenting that makes you a good parent. And having a child or not having one is not the dynamic that equates to being one, because there are plenty of foster homes, there are plenty of child protective services cases that prove otherwise, that people who have kids have no business having kids. So that comment you just made right there just made no sense. Let's continue.
Being an actual parent, that's, oh my God.
A woman with no kids does not know how to be a single mother.
A woman with no kids.
A woman with no kids does not know how to be a single mother. You've not been a wife. You've been a single mother.
I have been a wife because I was.
No, you weren't. You haven't been a wife.
Not married.
You've been a baby mama and engaged.
But he was my high school sweetheart.
I don't care, ma'am. You can't see, gentlemen.
What
This
is
is because you ladies don't tell the truth, and you
Nope.
think we're because listen, ma'am. You said you can't make yourself a wife just because you're in a relationship. That's not how that shit works.
Mm-hmm.
These are all the steps that you do, though. Like everything that you do.
And I want you guys to understand. This is what I asked. This woman said she's a feminine woman. And listen to the argument. You're making up reality, man.
I can't believe you just did that.
Yes. Let me stop it there. For a lady who says she's submissive, she's very combative. And although she's not doing it in a aggressive manner, in a adversarial manner, I would say, where she just sounds disrespectful. She's smiling, but she's interrupting. She's trying to talk over him, which I'm surprised that he kind of let her get away with. So it's just interesting. And then she said he was toxic, but she was with him from anywhere from 3 to 5 years, I guess, 6, 7. She's a high school sweetheart. So that's 17 to 23 is about 6 years. So it's interesting how long she let the toxicity continue in this relationship before she decided against it.
Here's how the story should go. I had a child with a guy. It wasn't the best decision. I take complete ownership for it. I made a mistake. I know it's going to be a burden and a strike against me. But in order to make up for that, I've done this kind of work. And this is what I bring to the table or a man to actually make myself an asset along with my child. That's not what we're getting here. What we're getting here is, well, I'm a mother because I know how to be a mom. Men are looking for somebody to be a mother to their children, not somebody else's.
And vice versa. I am looking for a man to play that role, to be a father to
But we don't want to be fathers to your kids. We want to be fathers to our own children.
What about what if you
No. Understand something. You don't have any leverage in this thing as a single mother. See, it's all about what you want.
Yep.
Somebody has told you because you got a dimple, because you got dimples, you can get over on this shit.
Kevin.
But if it don't you Kevin me, if this shit worked,
this isn't
No, this is not a two-way any goddamn thing. This is a one-way thing, my way or the highway. That's how this works. And see, and if that doesn't work, and what I want you to understand, folks, is when you trigger
how
a
she's
woman,
talking?
and when you trigger a woman, you get the truth. And there's the truth right there. That's the truth.
I feel sorry for your mother.
Yeah, definitely. This lady is a problem, and I don't think she really sees it in herself. And when you meet people like this, they're the toxic one, and toxic people. And I've seen this a lot. Not to say that men can't be toxic on their own, but a toxic woman can poison a man to become toxic real fast. And you have some people, they'll abuse you, and they'll act like they're the victim. And I don't know what happened in terms of the domestic violence, and I don't agree with men putting their hands on women, but one thing that I do know is there are a lot of women who do get hands put on them that are toxic. And like I said, there's no justification in hitting someone because you're frustrated. But the reality is that it gives off toxic energy to me, just for the mere fact the way that she's talking to Kevin, trying to interrupt him, trying to be polite about the disagreements, but really just kind of being rude in a polite way. And yeah.
This ain't nothing but healthy conversation.
So listen to him more than you trying to talk.
Sass, the resistance.
No resistance.
No. I get it's not a resistance, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. But bottom line, man, this went off the rails because instead of just saying,
yep,
all right, I have a child, it's not necessarily the best situation, but here's what I bring to the table. Men don't value a career in a woman.
Okay, well,
men don't value a woman who's a mother to another man's children.
Are you serious?
Well, there is a certain.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go on Tinder, and I want you to make a profile and say, I want you to go. No. See, you're talking. Yeah, Bumble is for feminists, but I'm a feminist. I want you to go on Tinder and say, I'm looking for someone to help me raise my child.
No, actually.
No. Because I said men are not looking for a mother. They're looking for somebody to mother their children. You seem like you're surprised that men don't want to be stepfathers. Is that surprising?
Men do, because they're
beta.
Those guys will definitely not mind being a stepfather. And they will run right in there to cape. And so that's the difference. But a lot of times women don't like those kind of guys because they look like they were extras from Revenge of the Nerds, if you ever remember that movie. A bunch of Steve Urkels before Stefan.
It's not that it's surprising. It's just, it's a little like, okay, just like men don't want to be stepfathers. However, men are looking for women to be stepmothers to their children. And
no, most men don't have children.
No,
ma'am, listen. Most men don't have children.
Most men?
Most men. No. Okay, listen. Especially in the black community, 54% of black men. Listen.
You have children?
Again, I'm going to either do it this way or I'm going to hang up on you and I'll go on. Because I don't know the fuck you think you are. I'm telling you that most men don't have kids. You? 54% of black men are single and childless. Most men don't have kids.
A lot I know.
So if you're a single man, why would a single man want to come put up with somebody who's being as competitive, as combative as you are?
I'm not combative.
Yes, you are.
And if you don't think this is combative, you don't know what men think.
Mm-hmm.
You really
just because you're doing it with a smile.
No, but honestly, like I feel like I comprehend and I listen and I am willing to take criticism and
go back and listen to this and look in the comment section.
No, you don't.
Man, every time first of all, you don't have to curse. You don't have to get loud to be combative.
That's right.
It's disagreeable. You disagree with reality.
That's right.
Do you think, what percentage of men do you think want to be stepfathers? What percentage of single men with no children do you think want to sign up to be stepfathers?
I would say close to none.
None. Close to none. So when I said men don't want to be stepfathers, you asked me, are you serious?
Yes.
Well, I mean, my daughter does have a father. However, I do want to like give her that dynamic of a family-oriented household where she can.
Emotional damage.
Lord, this lady's very frustrating. Kevin had a lot of patience with her because I don't know how I could have went on this long with her. She's just really just skirting over reality. It's not the fact that you saying you want a guy to be a stepfather, but if you want marriage, the guy is a stepfather. I mean, whether you want him to raise your child or not, he still has to be around your kid. Apparently, you said you share custody with your child's father. The time that your child is with you, it's going to be with your husband if you have one. So clearly, you're looking for a stepfather because he's going to have to be in that role, whether you like it or not. I can't imagine that you go to a restaurant or you go for a weekend trip and you have your child 10 years old and you leave your child with the father all the time. I mean, maybe you do, but he's gonna have to spend time with your child sometime. So his resources will go towards your household if you're married. So clearly he's going to be a stepfather. Not understanding that.
And have, a male figure.
And in order to do that, a man has to agree to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And see, unfortunately, what you want is in the best interest of you and your daughter. It's not in his best interest.
Not at all.
Your daughter is a liability to another man, not an asset.
True.
This is why you should marry the man you have children with and stay with them for a lifetime. Because when you're out here in the marketplace with another man's child, you're just a fun girl. That's how most men look at you, ladies.
I mean, I really wish I would. I invested a lot of my life into that, and I really wish it would have worked out that way. But
well, but see, the issue is, if you didn't have the child, it wouldn't be such an issue.
Did she just photobomb, video bomb?
Kevin fucking Samuels?
No.
Yeah. I heard what you said.
He's such a he's so
nice.
raw.
Is that your friend?
No, he's nice. He's very.
No, I'm just. I mean.
Yes.
And then I told her how it is.
Okay.
You don't listen. That's the whole thing.
Well, thank you. Your friends.
She's worse. She's bad. She's real bad.
There you go. Now I didn't see. I've kind of just looked to see how long this video was. I didn't see this portion of the video, but now I'm assuming that she's at her friend's restaurant where she works at, probably getting a discount on that meal. But Kevin usually films at night, so I'm just wondering why is she at the restaurant without her kid? Where's her kid? And why is she in the restaurant at that time of the night? Because he usually doesn't video film before a certain time. So let's just say she's on the West Coast and so it's at least 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, because he typically doesn't, he didn't when he was, I'll speak to him like he's in the present, but he typically doesn't record until after 10 p.m. So this can't be no later than 7, because clearly this is the United States that she's talking about. But her friend, which I'm assuming she is telling the truth about her, that she's toxic. So we've already kind of understood that that's what she was about. But let's continue.
There you go.
Right.
Man,
Got
I'm
busted.
trying to, whether you agree or not, whether you like it or not, I'm just telling you that you have to look at it from the men's side. I get what you want, but it's a market. And it's like you're going to the car lot and you've got money to buy what you want. And they say, this is the only thing we got to sell. And they're telling you how great it is. And you're like, no, I got choices. And if you don't understand that men choose who gets married, and understand that in order to get what you want, you're going to have to give a man what he wants.
Yeah.
I feel like I do for the most part.
No, you don't.
Okay. Are you in a relationship right now?
Am I in a relationship? What? No.
Are you in a relationship? When was your last relationship?
My last relationship was about, I wouldn't even call that a relationship. Maybe the last relationship that I was in was with my daughter's dad.
And when did you guys break up?
We broke up 2018.
Mm-hmm. So he was your only relationship, really?
Seriously and committed, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, in other words, you have a child for a man that you didn't marry. He's imprinted on you because he's been the man you've been with most of your adult life.
Yeah.
So another man's coming along, ma'am, you're not really a fit for anybody but him.
He's having another child with another.
I don't care, ma'am. I'm sorry. That's the way it is.
Okay, but it's like,
That's the way it is. Okay, so this is what I mean. And see, the thing is, I understand it's hard for women like you to hear these kind of things because the world has told you, ladies, that you have opportunities. Man, you were with a man you didn't marry, and you said, well, it was toxic or this or that, and it sounds like you still really would like to be with him.
no, absolutely not.
Well,
Yes, you
bottom
do.
line is, if he's having another kid, if he's not going to be a possibility, then you got options. Either you make yourself an asset for a man, and understand what men want, or you realize you're 34 with a 10-year-old daughter, and you wait till your daughter's out of your house, on to college, and you'll be in your mid-40s, then that means you'll be likely just dating. But you've effectively screwed yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are your top 3-tier advices for a woman like me to?
She said advices. It's advice, lady.
I know you said you was watching a fight, but you look like you been in one.
So this is insane. She's a way away. She's a ways away from really finding somebody that she wants. This is a cycle that I just from listening to her talk. This is going to be a cycle that she's going to be involved in for a while, because whatever made her relationship not work with her daughter's father, she still has those characteristics. And usually, when you don't alter your character, when things go wrong, you tend to repeat them. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I know people have done it. I've done it myself. I would not say that I'm immune to making the same mistakes over and over. I've done it. People do it. I know they do it all the time. I know people that's still doing it to this day, and people that ladies that I've known for 10 years or more, or around the 10-year mark, they're still making the same errors, the same choices that they did when they've identified things that didn't work out for them. I'm telling you.
Kind of level up.
You're not
level up to what?
Level up to potentially have a long-lasting relationship with a man and
first, I would recommend therapy.
Yes.
Okay, besides therapy.
Not besides therapy. I would recommend serious therapy, ongoing, because the issues here that you were involved in with somebody that you say has these issues going on, and you have not chosen to do anything else. That's number one. Number two, how many children does he have?
He has our daughter, and then he
The one
has
on the way.
a child on the way that's due in November, and the new wife has a child that's 10 years old. So that's a whole nother ball game.
Okay. Okay.
No.
No. I got to get on to the next thing. See, you're not gonna like this next thing, but he has a family. Let your daughter go live with her dad. Let your daughter go live with her dad, because he has a wife and a family. You're a single mother.
No.
All right. So.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you, I know what's going on there. I bet you he left that household, and the woman that he's with now is established, and he was able to move in, sort of like a homosexual situation. So I would take a guess at this, and I'm not. There's no way I could possibly know that I'm right or not, but I'm gonna say that her issue with him was he wasn't financially stable like she wanted him to be, meaning high value or high earner, something like that. And he did not meet her approval of the kind of man that he is. And so as a result, the relationship suffered and it became toxic because he wasn't performing the way that she wants. So I'm almost sure of it. All right, folks, you know what time it is. It is that time. Relationship braces. Bringing hearts together, one heart at a time. 34-year-old mother of 10-year-old who seems to be unaware that she's toxic. What could you possibly do to find a man for a long-term relationship or a marriage? All right. So here's my advice to you, Latina, as she said. The first thing, as Kevin said, I would tell you, get therapy because you need it. You need to take a long look in the mirror and see your flaws that need to be adjusted because you clearly have them. If not, you're most likely to repeat the cycle. And if you repeat the cycle, you'll never get past what you're doing now. So I would say get the therapy, figure out how to change your ways if possible, and then be open to the person that you're going to meet in the future. Because it's not going to be easy. And you have to put in a lot of work to meet somebody of quality. And that's going to be a lot of putting yourself out there and talking to men to give them the cues that you're interested and that they should take a chance on you because you're worth taking a chance on. And those are the braces. All right, folks. Once again, this is another episode of the Truth is Still Straight podcast. I'm your host, Jonathan St. James, and I am out until next time.